Hi children, welcome all of you to my last video of the first unit, first lesson. Last in the sense this is the sixth video related to grammar. Earlier we discussed linkers, tense, and now this is the sixth video related to snake and the mirror. And in this video we are going to have a quick discussion on phrasal verbs. Children, if you recall 8th standard, we had a small discussion on phrasal verbs. English phrasal verbs, we had a small discussion. So, what you really need to know about phrasal verbs? A small equation is there. Phrasal verb is equal to main verb plus adverb or preposition. Very easy one. Once again, phrasal verb is equal to main verb plus adverb or preposition. In order to understand, you can see Nana here. All of you there, you can see a beautiful grinder is there. What sir is this like any special class to prepare a dish? Yes, grammar is equally a good dish, no? See, it is beautifully represented, children, here. In the grinder, what is kept? A verb, an adverb, or a preposition is kept. Once you grind it or mix it, you get a beautiful juice called phrasal verbs. There you see a multi-word verb made up of a verb and an adverb or a preposition. Sir, phrasal verb you are telling, sir. First of all, what is a phrase, sir? Phrase is a group of words. The sun rises in the east. In the east. What is that? It is a phrase. Like that, many we can say in every sentence we have phrase. But the thing is that phrases, they don't have complete meaning. They have meaning. But when it comes to phrasal verb, verb plus another word, that's why it becomes a phrasal verb. So coming back to our juice, children, once again, you see the meaning of phrasal verbs are usually idiomatic. Idiomatic. You all of you had some idioms last year also. The grass is greener on the other side. Huh? You remember all of you children? Scorpion under the slipper. You remember in 8th standard, we all discussed this type of idioms. So, idioms give beauty to language. Phrasal verbs also all together means the verb plus adverb or preposition gives a beautiful meaning. See, examples are given here, children. You see, for example, fill out. Fill out is equal to complete. You need to fill out the online registration form before your course. That is one example. So, fill out is equal to complete. Here, fill is the verb and out is adverb. And next one you see, go back. Go back is equal to return. Many times we use this word go back. Pat swore he would never go back to that restaurant. Okay, that means he never returned. Two examples are given. Children, if you go deep into this, for better understanding, verbs are again divided into transitive and intransitive. See, this is nothing new. You all know this, but the only thing, it went out from our mind. Once again, we are just recalling. Transitive, long back I told you. You remember or not, or your teacher might have told. In the small classes also, in the earlier classes. If the subject and object is there in a sentence, in between an action is going on from the subject to object, that is called transitive verb. Now you see all of you, you are watching my video, best example. You, all of you, watch, verb, video, object. So the action watch or watching from subject to object, it is going on. Like the transfer is going on, the action transfer, what we say, that is called transitive. And when it comes to intransitive, there is no object. Best example, birds fly. What fly? After fly, no object. The action is there only it stopped. Bird subject, fly action. That's it. There is no transfer. This is called intransitive. So here you can see children, transitive have a direct object. I will look after your dog. Look after. That is a phrasal verb. And next one, some transitive phrasal verbs can be separated. For example, turn down. Turn down means to refuse. They turned down my offer. They turned my offer down. Both ways you can say. You gave an offer to somebody, but they didn't accept, they refused. Then we can say turn down. So this is transitive. When you come to intransitive, it don't have a direct object. Already I told you. John and I broke up 2 years ago. 2 years ago is not object here. Broke up means all of you know the relation was not there between them. And next one, intransitive phrasal verbs cannot be separated. Transitive phrasal verbs can be separated. Once again you see left side. Very clearly it was discussed. Turn down. But here, eat out. To eat at a restaurant or cafe. Eat out means. Don't think eating out. So phrasal verbs should not be separated. In intransitive phrasal verbs you can't separate because eat out is equal to eat at a restaurant or cafe. You see the example. Let's eat out tonight at a restaurant or cafe. Very clearly it is given, children. Got it, eh? So, once again you have to go through this. When you put the verb, adverb and preposition together in the beautiful mixie or grinder, whatever it is, you get a wonderful juice called phrasal verb. And you see, our language is enriched. The better we use the phrasal verb, okay, the more beautiful the language is. So how do we get started? It's confusing. Nothing is confusing. Only through practice, definitely you can understand and you can use them also. And there is a top tip, children, if you don't mind. Transitive phrasal verbs, if the object is a pronoun such as I, he, and them, you see very clearly it is given. If the transitive phrasal verbs, very clearly it is given, it's the top tip. Once again, if the object is a pronoun such as I, he, them, then the object always comes between the verb and the participle. Example is very clearly given. They turned it down. And instead of telling they turned down, they turned it down. They is a pronoun, no? Again, it is a pronoun. See, try to understand. It is a pronoun. They is a pronoun. Then you can definitely separate the verb as well as the adverb or preposition. They turned it down. They is a pronoun. Turned is verb. It is a pronoun. Again, down is a adverb. So like that, this is the top tip once again. Okay. So transitive phrasal verbs, if the object is a pronoun such as I, he, them, etc., the object always comes between the verb and the participle. So it is the object and it can be between the subject and the verb and the participle. So once again, you go through this Nana very clearly, easily you can understand, there is no question of confusion. And next slide, you can see many phrasal verbs are there. Just you go through reading. Find out, come in, stand up, read over, bring up, look after, blow up. How many you can check up, get by. Okay. You may ask me, sir, how many phrasal verbs are there, sir? Infinite. We can't count. There are many phrasal verbs which are useful for everyday life. You can imagine, there you can see in the park, a beautiful picture is there. Look at that and you imagine which phrasal verb suits there. Okay, somebody is offering flower to somebody, whether that somebody is accepting or not, you think and you decide which phrasal verb we can use for there. And according to our lesson, children, you see, here one list of phrasal verbs are given at the end of the text after snake and the mirror. Total 10 phrasal verbs are given. For every phrasal verb, meaning is given. See, take out, set up, take off, lie down, take time off, look into, look at, get up, change into, leave behind. So these are the 10 phrasal verbs, children. For all these 10, the meanings are given. So once go through the meanings, and then there is a very small exercise. You can see, children, a small exercise is given after this. I mean assignment, what I say. That assignment you have to write down. See, the assignment is shared here. As you can see, a phrasal verb is a unit of a verb and one or more particles or a preposition. It can be understood on the basis of the meanings of the individual parts in isolation, but rather it must be taken as a whole. See, isolation. Don't think about isolation word. Now pandemic is going on. No. Isolation means separation. Okay, na? Right. So don't think more about the definition. Once again, you rewatch the video, children. Easily you can understand. And there is a small assignment given to you. You can changes, you can make verb form. Suppose you want to change it to past form. For example, get into is there. You can use got into, no problem. So like that, here is one paragraph starting with Mr. Venkat Rao. What you have to do? You write as it is. You fill the blanks with the phrasal verbs given above. Total 10 are there. Okay, sometimes if another phrasal verb fits in one or two blanks, same phrasal verb, no problem, you can do that. So finish that, children. And at the end of this video, very useful for you, because today we cannot imagine life without a mobile phone. So what are the phrasal verbs used for mobile phone? Here I am sharing, just it's only for your fun. You can go through, children. Get off, break up, scroll down, phone in, run out of, top up, charge up, plug in. So this is a beautiful slide related to our mobile phone. So these phrasal verbs also you can learn, use them effectively. Okay, children. So with this, we'll come to the end of this video. With this, all our videos related to the first unit humor of the first lesson, the snake and the mirror, completed. Okay, children. Please rewatch my video, enjoy it, understand it, and complete the assignment. Okay? Bye.